Most of the books the two brothers found are in a museum in Cairo.
But in a final twist of fate, Muhammad later admits that his mother used many of the pages they found to kindle the family fire. These priceless pages escaped the flames for 1,600 years, only to go up in smoke on a cold December night.
Finding a lost sacred text is one thing, but imagine if your discovery falls into the wrong hands.
In northern Egypt, in the late 1970s, a farmer who also deals in small-time antiquities checks out a cave outside the town of Beni Mazzar.
He hears about this cave from some locals, and he decides to go looking for jewels or other treasures. Because the caves here were used as tombs for centuries, and people are often buried with valuable objects.
In one particular tomb is a large stone box. He pries the lid off it, and what finds inside is an old book. It's really in very bad shape. It's crumbling, but he thinks maybe if he takes it, he could get something for it.
The trader shows the book to a Cairo antiques dealer, known simply as Hana.
The local trader isn't asking much, maybe just a few $1,000. So Hana scoops it up, hoping for a big sale.
In 1980, Hana shows the book to a prospective buyer, and then the very next day, his apartment is robbed, and the book is gone. Something's weird. Hana realizes two things at this point. The book is valuable enough to be stolen, and it's caused him a lot of trouble already.
2 years later, Hana tracks down the prospective buyer and gets the stolen book back.
He wants to sell it, but this robbery has made him very paranoid.
Eventually, Hana finds another potential buyer, but then he raises his asking price.
Hana wants $3 million for this book. So there's the deal. Over the years, Hana tries to find other buyers, always unsuccessfully. So he decides the best thing to do would be to stash it in a safety deposit box.
The documents sit there, slowly disintegrating in the humidity for the next 16 years.
Finally, in April of 2000, Hana finds a buyer.
She is a Swiss antiquities dealer by the name of Frida Nussberger Chapels. But she's not willing to pay that much money for it. She offers him $300,000, which is only 10% of his original asking price. And he accepts.
Miss Wilbur Chakos brings the text to experts at Yale University to figure out what the book is once and for all.
They make an astounding discovery. This book is another lost gospel, and it's one they've been trying to find for centuries. The Gospel of Judas.
It's a copy of a text believed to have been originally written in the 2nd century AD. Until now, scholars have known that this text had existed, but they had never seen a copy of it for themselves.
It's one of the greatest biblical finds in history, because it tells a very different story of Jesus and his relationship with Judas.
Judas is the disciple in the New Testament who ultimately betrays Jesus. He gives him up, which leads to Jesus' arrest and ultimately to his crucifixion.
Here, Judas is not a traitor. He's kind of a hero or an anti-hero. He's the chosen disciple. Jesus supposedly reveals secrets about God, creation, and the cosmos only to Judas.
And the biggest bombshell of all is that Jesus asks Judas to betray him as part of the greater plan to save humankind. This completely flips the traditional story so many of us have heard.
Many scholars think it was suppressed by the early church, who tried to destroy every copy.
But this one survived. Barely. In the 2000s, many of the pages were separated and either sold to private collectors or turned over to museums.
But if they hadn't been rescued from a greedy dealer, they might have all been away.
The actual treasure hunt could be within a matter of 15 minutes.
Return.
There's not a good chance of being gold.
You see the CT scan?
Oh my gosh.
cultural standard.
Definitely not consolidated. All the way open.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Scholarship from today. Now, the Coastal Island. All new Sunday at 10 on the History Channel. Students.tv and Global TV app.
Feels like in an extreme rules match, the strategy almost has to be to have no strategy.
Watching Dayrise always fills me with inspiration.
When I look at my savings account,
Unstable situations to be adaptable.
the dough doesn't rise. BMO has smart ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and low monthly fees. Plus, good cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So, BMO puts your savings go bigger.
Like the triple nursing yes.
You're hired.
What miles are worth? Yes, Jack. I was awake way too far.
With your 10 cent loyalty bonus, that's $300.
Not bad.
$220.
Hold on. How?
It's easy, but I know what to do. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to 35%.
Trivago's my secret.
Hotel? Trivago.
When you use Trivago Rewards to fuel up at Petro-Canada, you can earn CT Pay to redeem a Canadian Tire, Sport Check, Airworks, Triangle Rewards, rewarding you just for filling up on Petro-Canada and Gas Plus.
You know, retirement doesn't have to mean giving something up. It should mean living life on your own terms. Well, thankfully, if you're a Canadian homeowner age 55 and better, you can access some of your home's value in tax-free cash with CHIP. That way, you can live retirement on your own terms, stay in the home, and the neighborhood that you love. Because there's no place like home. Right, Rocky?
If you're 55 or older, call now for a free, no obligation chip reverse mortgage card. With chip, you can get up to 55% of your home's value in tax-free cash. Take only what you need in a lump sum or over time with no monthly mortgage payments required. Call 1-866-454-2447.
Maybe it's time for you to consider CHIP too.
Call now for a free, no obligation card. Call 1-866-454-2447. That's 1-866-454-CHIP. Or visit chip.ca. Call Chip today and live retirement your way. Sly People's Circuit Invasion, all new tonight at 9 on the History Channel. There's beginning of luck, and there's luck years ago. When he discovered it was all about the very first time he used
So it's 2020, and this guy in Denmark by the name of Old Wiener Schutz decides he needs a new car.
His father-in-law recently died in a metal detector. He figures he can come around and step outside.
And Schutz takes his new toy out for a spin, just wants to test it out, takes it over to his friend's property just to, see what this thing is capable of. Eventually, he gets a hit on the metal detector. Okay, found something.
He digs in the soil, and he pulls up what seems to be the lid to a can of heroin. But this is no canned fish.
Schutz has struck gold. Literally.
Soon he brings up more gold pieces, 22 separate items in all. Researchers find that they're pendants the size of saucers inscribed with images and runes, which are basically ancient Germanic symbols and letters.
Schutz snaps some pictures and sends them to Ned Flynn, the head researcher at a local museum.
Brown can't believe his eyes. And he runs back to Schutz. And you know what? Put the metal detector away. That's it. You won. You peaked. It's not going to get any better than this.
It turns out these items are from 6th century AD, and this mix of treasures is unlike anything the world has ever seen.
It includes the largest gold pendant ever found. Coins depicting Roman emperors minted in Greece. What's interesting
a number of pendants were folded in half, showing that they were purposely bent. Brown and his research team know that this is a sign of sacrifice.
But what was it for?
They realize that this buried treasure coincides with a very bad time in Scandinavia. Back in 536 AD, a volcano erupts in Iceland, spewing such large amounts of ash that it blocks out the sun. Temperatures drop for decades, crops fail, and there's unsurprisingly a widespread famine in the region. Those who don't die of hunger get slammed by a wave of plague. Many, they fear that this is it. This is the end of the world. The gods must be angry about something, so an offering has to be made.
An important find in the hall reveals which gods they're trying to please.
It's a piece of man on horseback with long braided hair flowing out from underneath his crown. He stares into the eyes of a wave of runes surround him. Across the top, they spell out the words for I invite and fear.
There's also a reference inscribed on the bottom to the High Bar. That is usually in reference to Cody, the king of the Norse gods.
If so, this could be the oldest reference to Odin ever found, and means that he was worshipped centuries before Christ.
When we think of the Norse gods, we think of Vikings. But this is a few hundred years before the Viking period starts.
That means this discovery isn't just random. It also rewrites the history books.
Experts say that the treasure shows the roots of beliefs that were later adopted by the Vikings. So this treasure haul isn't just a lot of money and an amazing find, but it also shows us what could be the very beginnings of an entire religion and an entire culture.
For a story that takes place at the site of Armageddon.
The word Armageddon comes from the